Hello everyone, thanks for joining me for this video. This is Alashola Omio. In this video I will be speaking about the topic today will be money ritual, and then 1 minute, bear with me, I will come back and actually 1 minute. I'm just trying to share the video on my other platforms. Bear with me, guys, please. Come on. I'll be with you in a sec, please. Bear with me, guys. Just trying to share the video that I'm. Oh. Well, 1 minute. I will give the phone to my. Gabe. 1 minute, please, guys. Where are you? 1 minute, guys. You want that, Gabe? But share it. Let me share it here. You will see me live, and listen. I'm already on live. No one can see you. You take it to your room, and then you can share it from there.
Ready?
Yeah, I am live as I speak. Sorry guys, sorry for being late. It's almost becoming, I think the new time for the show would be 6:30, because I think that's a more convenient time for me, without promising that I'll come out at 6, and then I always end up coming out at 6:30. Anyway, today's topic, like I said, is titled money ritual. In this video I will be speaking in an African context. That is, when you're talking about Africa, I'm sure they probably from other continent. Maybe there's probably another name they might call it. Whereby you still describe the same thing. But like I said, in this video, I'm going to be speaking in African context. I said, because I'm originally from Nigeria, as all of you guys know by now. So this money ritual that I'm talking about, they are like sort of practices by some people. They sort of believe that they can create wealth, that is riches, for individuals or themselves, with the use of some spells or what have you, sacrifices and ceremonies and so on and so forth. And so that is in that context that I am speaking about today. Bawoni, Lekon, lovely to see you, lovely people. Yes, Ali. 1 minute, yeah.
Cover it, please.
Have you
It's been shot.
on a Lashola? Just share it on a Lashola, my original page, darling, please. On a Lashola, and on Falashade Foundation as well, please. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. Just trying to share the program on my other platforms, and so had me talking to my my youngest son. He's a 14-year-old. Just trying to help me to share the program. Anyway, so like I was saying, so in this video, I'm going to be speaking in that context. That is, with the known way that people go about, people that actually believe, that there are way they can create wealth, by use of some spells, sacrifices, and ceremonies and charms, and what have you. So like I said, there are because of the job that I do, I know we have herbs and stones and whatever, and there's some to sort of draw money, you call that money drawing oil, money drawing herbs, and then I think in Yoruba we probably call it awure, so that's money drawing. Yes, darling.
Cover it real quick,
Pardon?
Cover it real quick, please.
Have you shared it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. You can hold that phone. I'm not using that phone.
All right.
You can hold that phone until it's all right. Just keep it with you. Thanks, baby.
No worries.
So there's there are stuff we can use to say you own a business and business is slow. There is stuff we can do. We can sort of manipulate energy to work into our favor with use of herbs and oil and stones and other resources that the universe has blessed us with. But that's not what I'm talking about today. I'm actually talking about where people actually they would use. There are two popular ones. The most common ones are the ritualists will use the victim's blood, to either renew, their wealth they have got, the efficacy of it, or they would actually use the body parts from that, victim to, the whoever is going to do it for them. The ritualist will usually be with a babalawo or yalawo, whoever that people that are trained in this area, and then so in this video I will be speaking in that context. Now when you talk about people that this ritualists, people are of the idea that they're probably going to be strangers or someone that doesn't know you. Well, that may happen, maybe somebody got kidnapped or something, but usually most of the time, but hello Shagun, these people are, everybody's a suspect. It could be your wife, it could be your husband, it could be your children. We've had incidents where children they've actually were grown adults, they've went so far to sort of taking their dad or mom to this ritualist to use for this purpose. So that's not new at all. So in this, the way that I'll see it, everybody is a suspect in the way that I see it. No one is exempt. No one can, because we all want money, and then as we know, that's the root of all evil. So, the recent investigation that was done in Nigeria, that revealed that human parts are, they're like traded, like items, like, with, impunity. There is as if there's no consequences. If you go, in marketplaces, you just need to know who to go to and then tell them what you want. You will be able to buy human parts, which is sad, but that's the fact. According to the research that was done recently, this will probably be, if you go to graveyards, when you go and bury your loved ones, you're probably thinking, oh, they're going to rest in peace now, they're going to their final home, whatever. But in reality, it might not be like that, unless if your loved one are actually buried in your compound. But, that's the only time that you'll be sure that the body will not be tampered with. But if it were to be buried in a public mortuary cemetery, and it happens to be in Nigeria, it's sad, but that's the way it is as we speak. That there's a guarantee, well, not guaranteed, almost the like 80% chance that their corpse, they may be actually be tampered with one way or the other. Because of these people, they're desperate to make money, whichever means they can do this. So, which is really sad. I'm going to give you an example of this lady. It was actually a documentary, and then what happened was that she was one of these she's still at the uni, and we know how in the youth days you're young and free, just want to chill, roll around, and and have fun, so which is I've been there myself, not actually carrying this and that, but like going to party when I was at uni. I was at Polytechnic once, and then I move on to uni. So I actually know what usually happen in that setting. So these girls, obviously she was in a hostel. She said she had a lot of friends, but there was this particular one from when she met him. The guy was really really generous to her. He would buy stuff, shoppings and whatever. If you're a student, you come to appreciate stuff like that because you haven't got a lot of money, rolling around. So, and not only that, this guy, whenever he's coming to their campus, he would do, a lot of shoppings. Hello, ma, Akale, Yami, Akinola. Lovely to see you, ma. Eshegoni. Motin Foji Wain Lateko. So, and you would, you come to expect, stuff like that. This guy, whenever he's coming, he would buy a lot of shoppings, and other girls that were living in the hostel, they come to know him as well, to the point that they will all be looking for when he's going to come around, So anyway, from what this guy told us, she said that at first, he would buy, the shopping and whatever, and they would actually go clubbing. He would never request for sex or anything like that. It wasn't like rushing her, like, oh, I need to, some men, the moment they, before they even spend money, they want to, have a go. But in his case, it was not like that. He was more like a, she said you almost come to think he's a really gentleman. She's come to love him, to believe that, oh, this is different from the other kind of guys that quickly want to rush into bed. So anyway, and then she said that, the relationship was like that for a couple of months. Stuff were rolling fine. Everybody was, she was sort of trying to actually delete the other guys that she was, she thought she had found Mr. Right. Anyway, what then happened was that she said there was a day he now came with a present of a car, a brand new Camry, brand new car, and gave her the key. She said that day at the hostel, she was so happy. She hugged him, kissed him, like, oh baby, I couldn't believe this. She was showing off the car to her friends, and then she said that night, they now went to a hotel. I think the guy is really, really loaded. He's got different brand of cars, and had a suite in all this top 5 stars hotel. He will always have a room or a suite to himself. And then anyway, they went to one of that night after dropping the car. They now went in his car to the hotel. She was even actually saying, oh, she was so happy if you wanted sex that day. She doesn't really mind that. That I mean, she's come to know him, to love the guy. But she said the previous night, the night before, that the mom was living, I believe she was in the city, the mom was in the village. The mom had called her that from the village, that look, be careful, don't go out with any stranger. The next 7 days, there's this dream she had. It wasn't really good at all. Don't go out, don't do this, don't do that. But so the girl said she was thinking that maybe it's going to be somebody new, that it would not be him. So anyway, she went ahead to this guy, and when they get to the hotel, obviously we know what was going to happen. The guy now says, oh, after kissing and all of that, caressing, what have you, he now made an attempt to have sexual intercourse with her. And at that point, she said that she now, said, oh, it would be best if they can use protection, like in form of condom or whatever. And the guy said, no, he doesn't want to use condom. That's why he's not been requesting for sex from her, because he doesn't sleep around. You just want to be one person. He's not the kind of type that would use condom and blah blah blah. So the girl said on hearing that, she now excused herself and just like pretended that she was going to use the toilet. So she went into the toilet, very smart girl, and then she now inserted female condom into her vagina. So even though the guy has refused to use condom, she now went into the toilet and inserted female condom in her vagina. And then she now came back to him, and and then so they went on, and they did what they had sex. And then she said after having the sex, she went back to the toilet, not in the toilet. She's like secretly, she took off the condom from her vagina and rolled in a tissue and put it in a bag. The fact, because he did, she didn't want him to know that she had inserted female condom, so she was sort of discreet with the way she, when she was rolling in the tissue, and she sort of tucked it in her handbag. And the plan was that maybe when she get to the hostel, she would dispose of it, Anyway, they slept. She was at the hotel that night, after they had sex or whatever. And then the following day, she, I think he dropped her back at the hostel. Now getting to the hostel, she took out the tissue where she had put the condom in, and so, surprise, inside that condom, what she saw was something else. She saw a lot of maggots that was swimming in his palm. So she was holding up the condom like this, and she could see maggots. It they were rolling around, they were on swimming, they were swimming in the sperm, there were whatever it was in the liquid that was in the condom. So, you can imagine if she had not used that female condom, that's what the guy, whatever it was, would have, discharged into her body. So, on seeing this now, she now called the mom. The mom said, oh, they came, I took her to some for deliverance, what have you, and then she said she never heard from the guy after that. She tried and call his mobile, everything was off. As in dead. She tried to call the phone because all she knew was the phone number. She didn't know where he lived. It was they sort of like a boyfriend, and so she said, you can imagine if he had actually discharged that whatever it was, that he had used, then that's what would have happened to her. The guy's money would have just been growing, and then she, we all know what would happen. Thousands of maggots swimming, and something in that person's body. The person will probably fall ill after a while. They're probably going to die, and that's the end of it. So you will come to see a lot of this. It's actually rampant now, which is really sad. And it's not only men alone that are doing it. I need to point that out. We have women that they're out there, and then because there are some young men that they don't want to work, they just want free money, and so therefore they don't mind going with women that are older than their own mother, as long as they have money. And then what then happened was that this person that's going to give you this money, nothing goes for nothing. But they think they're smart, but that's not the issue. Then we have women that they actually would, they will use young men, or so it's not just women, men doing it, or it's like I said earlier on, everybody's a suspect. That's where I see it. There's a slogan that usually say, oh, you are innocent until proven guilty. No. In my world, everybody is guilty until proven innocent. And I think the video why I'm doing this today is about to create more awareness, and then so just be aware of your surrounding. Like I said, if your friend can do it to another friend, you might have a friend that you just found that there are a group of friends. There's one that normally was always loaded. In time, you see stuff changed, and then different ways that could happen. It could happen between husband and wives. We've had a situation where the husband will say no. If he would probably go and have a divination made, and then if they actually said to him that, look, your wife, oh my God, she's a money magnet, she's this, she's that. We know there are some men that they will say, look, that's a woman, what's she going to do with money? Just take it, whatever glory, give it to me. I'm the husband, I'm the one that's feeding her, I'm the one that's feeding the children. All she has to do is just sit at home and just shut up. Just take the glory and give it to me. So that's not new. And we've heard of women as well that they, we probably found out your husband is, really, really, oh my God, the guy is like a money magnet, is whatever he touch turn to gold, whatever. And then we've heard of women as well that will say, look, take it from him and give it to me, because if he should get rich, like you're saying he's going to be rich, then what's going to happen is he's going to be married. He's going to probably have a load of wives and girlfriend, and that's not going to give her peace of mind. But if he should remain poor, then that will not happen. So which is sad. But I'm just giving you scenarios, stuff, areas, how this thing can happen like that. So according to the Araba of Oshogbo, Chief Yemi Elebuibon, in one of the interview he gave, he stated that this culture that is sort of rampant now in Nigeria is not only diabolical, it's also a culture that got mixed up, with Yoruba culture during the intertribal wars, so from that we can sort of deduce that that's not something that was originally in our tradition as Yorubas, but because of wars, intertribal wars that happened back in the days, all these were introduced, one way or the other, that now it becomes like a practice, a normal thing, which is sad, but it wasn't something that was actually, like in our foundation as Yoruba, So looking at that, I mean, from another thing that I would do in this video is, how would you know if something had happened? Because there are some subtle ones that you would not even know that someone have done that thing to you. A mother could do it to her kids, and the father could, take it from one, say, oh, this one is rich. Maybe the one that's got a lucky star is a girl, and the dad thinks that, okay, that's a girl. One day she's going to go off and marry, a man, But this one that said is a boy, that's the one that's going to carry his name. So therefore, so in his eyes, he's going to want to try to play God, and he would want to take the good luck of the girl and give it to the boy, because he believes that that's the one that's going to be bearing his name. So therefore, the girl, at the end of the day, she's just going to go off and marry somebody, isn't it? So which is sad. So like I said earlier, everybody is a suspect. You cannot, you should like, no, I mean, not going out there thinking, but at least it creates awareness that, look, this will happen. It can happen in your church. It can happen in your lady. It can happen. It's everywhere. It's not about sect of like you're Muslim. No. We're talking about money here. Whatever differences that we all have, at least with money, we all have that in common. Everybody wants money. So either whatever you are, a man, a woman, black, white, yellow. Everybody wants it, So therefore, it's not something that, oh, it's only this set of people that can do it, or that set of people, So, and what are the signs that if someone, thinks something may be happening, that like I said earlier on, there are some subtle ones that you will actually may not even know that they've done anything to you, but the only signs that you might see is that, God forbid, you remain stagnant in one place, and even though maybe you're sort of person that will pray, you go to this church or whatever, or lady, or you go to mosque, and from time to time, sayers will say to you, oh, you've got this fortune, good lucky star, you're meant to be living well, but somehow that's not the case, So those are the signs that you might think that, oh, maybe something's gone wrong. That it's not, and despite the fact that I've actually put in a lot of effort, hard work. So it's not that you're just folding your hands and you want manna to fall from heaven. That's not going to happen. But you've actually put a lot of hard work. Maybe you own a business and you're really working really hard. Ideas, putting new ideas in, and still stuff is just stagnant. So those are signs. And then in some extreme cases, there's some people that they will start to abuse drugs. We've seen cases of mental illness, because what then happens is normally why if they've used the glory, in essence, what then happens is it's like the person is still there, but they're like empty shell, which is sad, but that's usually the case. So you might want to probe more in your own life that what's happening, just do more research. For yourself. It's not easy going to this or that, but you can never leave you. It's you are always going to be with you. And then, so at the end of the day, it's you. If stuff are going well, if stuff are not going too well, it's not someone that, oh, at the end of the day, people, you might dress up, look well, just that's the camouflage, whatever, but inside you actually know what's happening. You're honest with yourself. That how are things like this, and how long have they been like that? Maybe you are going to this place and you've been going there for the past 1 year, 2 years, stuff are still the same. I think every 6 months or maybe 3 months, we should have sort of like a evaluation, sort of assess our life. We do sort of a self-assessment that where was I 3 months ago? Where am I now? Even with just a little progress, that's okay. But if there's nothing at all, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, it's still just the same, then after your banning maybe you don't have aspirations and dreams and hopes, and that's in what you want to achieve. But if you do, and you're actually working really hard to achieve those aims and objective, that you set out to achieve whatever it is that you put in place, and somehow with all the effort stuff are just not working well, then you might want to start to probe more, and see what you can do about it. So in this video, that's all I'm going to be talking about, my lovely people. So it's not only, this is I know it's a very sensitive subject, but I thought, I'll just come out and and do it, and call a spade a spade, and just for us to be aware, what we eat. People want to give you gifts. Be careful about it. If people want to give you money, you should be careful about it. Because usually when they give you that thing, then it's going to be there's something they're going to get back. It may not be physical, it's probably going to be spiritual, but trust me, 99.9% you are probably going to pay for it one way or the other. Nothing goes for nothing. So when I mean, people can be generous, but usually it's not all the time that you come across people. There's always a catch, and that's what I'm doing in this video. And it's only no women alone. Like I said, everybody's a suspect. It's not just men, women, kids. If you look at there's a case of Yahoo boys now in Nigeria. Young men, they want to drive Cadillac, they want limousines, and some are 22 years old. They're looking for billions, and nobody want to work anymore. They just sort of have these ideas. Everybody don't want to live like a millionaire lifestyle without actually working for it. And so people will go to any length to actually ensure that they and that's where it's sad, but that's the way it is. So that's for this week, my lovely people. I'll do my advert. As you guys know that I'm a spiritualist, and I've got herbals that stones. Probably next week I'm going to do a presentation on one of my stones, the one that I know that fantastic. Is I've got that stone in my car, in the house, everywhere. My office, everywhere. It's really, really good one. So if you at a place in your life that's sort of stagnant, stuff are not moving, give us a call. There's stuff we can do about it. There are herbs in place that we can use. Like I said to you, the way that I do my job is that I will first of all would find out what's the issue, and then we usually do that through Ifa. Ifa ọ̀pẹ̀lẹ̀, Ifa òní sọ àtọ́rí ẹ̀ tó sunwọ̀n ṣe, Ifa divination. I have got Erindilogun, and then we will find out what the issue are, and then from there we can then proceed to see, oh, you see, this you're going to use this, you're going to use that to resolve the problem. So that's the way that I do my job. So we have oil, essential oils. The universe has been so great to us. It's blessed us. So it's up to us to to work with all these they're all living consciousness. Whatever you see that grows, like trees, plants, all these stones, you don't just they are all living consciousness. Together we own the planet, we are the world. So thank you guys for watching this video. I would see you next week on my next video. Thanks a lot. Blessed be you. Bye. Dee 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 dee.